Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This Saturday is Paulo Costa versus Marvin Vettori, and I've already covered the weight cut issues for Paulo Costa, but I had to make another video about this topic because certain circumstances have changed, and also I feel like there's one key factor that literally not one single person, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on YouTube, is talking about in reference to Paulo Costa and his weight issues. Not one person is bringing it up. So first off, if you're not familiar with the situation, Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori, supposed to happen this Saturday and supposed to be at middleweight, which is 185 pounds or 186 pounds with the 1 pound allowance for non-championship middleweight fights. So Paulo Costa shows up on Wednesday and basically comes out and says, I can't make weight for Saturday. We have to do it at a catch weight or something like that. And Marvin Vettori comes out, in all respect to Marvin Vettori, because he does not have to take this fight. He said, I will fight Paulo Costa at any weight. So there was some talk of, what was the reasons. Paulo Costa has still to this day, to this very minute, has not said what are the reasons that he can't make weight. And in a bizarre interview that they both did with ESPN's Brett Okamoto, he says, I'll fight you at any weight. Paulo Costa said that. I'll fight you, pick a weight. Well, how about this? What about 185 pounds? That's the fight. That's the weight you were supposed to make for this fight. That's the weight you signed a contract for. And I've already went over this in the other video. Incredibly unprofessional for Paulo Costa. But again, a lot of people who were criticizing Paulo Costa for this were not criticizing Nick Diaz a few weeks ago when he did this same exact stunt in the lead up to UFC 266 versus Robbie Lawler. And so since I made that video, and the reason I'm making this updated video is since that happened, they agreed upon a weight of 195 pounds. It was going to be a catch weight fight. And, I was super disappointed about this because I was really looking forward to this fight, but it loses all its importance when now it's not contested at middleweight. These are two middleweight contenders. Now they're fighting at a different weight class. It does not matter. It's not relevant to the division anymore. It's still two elite guys, but it almost ruins the fight. So 195, okay, at least the fight's still staying on. Well, then I had tweeted out earlier today, and by the way, guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Go follow me on Twitter. I tweeted out earlier today and I said, it would not surprise me if Paulo Costa misses weight at 195. And with the 195 new weight, it was disclosed that Paulo Costa forfeits 20% of his purse anyway. That's the weight cutting rule. If you don't make weight, you forfeit 20% of your purse. Well, since Paulo Costa asked to change the weight class, people were wondering whether was he going to get away with it, not be punished. Well, he's still being punished and he's losing 20% of his purse. Well, now it's come out that the fight has changed, and now it will be contested at 205 pounds. Marvin Vettori versus Paulo Costa at light heavyweight. What is going on here? I'm still so confused about how Paulo Costa thinks this is acceptable. Now, before I get to the point that literally no one is talking about, I also want to talk about the fact that the UFC is complicit in all this because I know sometimes people miss weight and they force them to move up and this and that, but when it's convenient for them, they don't punish people. Aspen Ladd misses weight, multiple times. A couple weeks later, they give her a main event against, in a basically a title, contender bout in a different division, a higher division up. That's rewarding her, giving her that main event. I know she lost, and then before that, Dana White's Contender Series, somebody missed weight. They gave him a contract. Now, also what it is the UFC is willing to, look past weight misses when it's convenient for them. Now, if you look at UFC Vegas 41, this card is terrible. Without Paulo Costa versus Marvin Vettori, it's borderline unwatchable. So the UFC's interests are in keeping this fight intact no matter what. They want to keep Paulo Costa on the card. Even if they're not happy with what he's doing, they want to keep him on the card. So the point I'm getting to, and whenever something like this happens with weight misses, and a guy, maybe he's only a pound off, or somebody shows up and they're 20 pounds over or 10 pounds over, that people always say there needs to be stiffer penalties for missing weight, and I'm here to tell you that chances of that ever happening are very, very slim. This weight cutting penalty will probably never increase significantly, maybe a little bit, but it's never going to increase significantly. And we're never going to get, they're going to take a point away, in a fight because of a weight miss. And here's exactly why. the UFC wants to keep these fights intact. You know, you can look back to Luke Rockhold versus Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero missed weight. They kept the fight intact. Luke Rockhold was competing for the interim middleweight belt while Yoel Romero wasn't. It was a weird situation. We've seen this time and time again. It's happened. The UFC wants to keep these fights intact. If you increase the penalty for weight missing so significantly, let's say, you know, you do a 50% purse deduction. You know, if you miss weight, you're losing 50% of your purse. Instead of guys missing weight, what they're going to do is they're going to realize they can't make weight and they're going to pull out of the fight. Because at that point, they're going to say, well, why should I fight? Even if I win, I'm not getting paid what I should. I'll pull out. We can reschedule the fight a month or 2 months from now, and I can get my full paycheck. It's just not going to happen, and the UFC does not want this. For other than the effects on the actual fight happening, I don't think the UFC really cares if these guys miss weight. I mean, granted, it's not a good look. I'm not saying they want people to miss weight, but they don't care. They don't care if Marvin Vettori's fighting 205 Paulo Costa. They just want a good main event. They want a main event that's going to attract viewers. So I feel like no one's saying that. Everyone's saying we need stiffer weight. You know, weight misses penalties, and you know it's not going to happen. Paulo Costa at 205 now, the weight has changed twice. He is not going to get a stiffer penalty. He's still going to be paying that 20%, penalty, purse penalty, just for missing weight. Essentially, now, I mean, how can you miss weight basically by 20 pounds? He makes 205, and he'll probably make 206. And again, I don't want to rehash the other video. I'll put the link to that video in the description. Incredibly unprofessional by Paulo Costa, and also it's basically cheating. It's not fair to get to fight week where the other guy is draining his body down, and you already know you're not going to make weight 2 days before the weigh-in. You say, "Oh, I can't make weight. We need to change the weight class." It would not surprise me if this fight ends up happening at heavyweight. And credit to Marvin Vettori, he said he will fight him at any weight class. But again, weight miss penalties will never increase significantly. It's just not going to happen. Let me know what you guys think. Am I dead wrong? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.